Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Keys to the Capstone podcast series, From Topic to Paper. I'm your host, Greg, and we will be talking about all the things you need to know to get the most from your library. Today, we are going to talk to librarian Sarah Whitfer about what is a source and where do I find one. Hello, Sarah. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me, Greg.
So one of the things we're really trying to do with this podcast is introduce people to various librarians and their various roles here at a library. So what kind of librarian are you?
Well, first, I'm an academic librarian, which means that I work at an academic library. Within that library, I am an instruction librarian. So that means that I instruct or teach users how to access the library. What part of my role is to create learning objects or tutorials or podcasts like this to instruct library users about different issues within the library and accessing resources within the library.
And today we're going to talk about a subject that is near and dear to every librarian's heart. What is a source?
What is a source?
So Sarah, what is a source?
What is a source? Well, my definition of a source is the proof that we use to support a claim.
Okay. Yeah. Can you give me an example?
Okay, sure. Did you know that someone has made millions of tiny robot mosquitoes and that they're all over the world spying on everyone? That's my claim.
Robot mosquitoes.
Robot mosquitoes.
Spying on us.
Spying on us. I'm not making this up, Greg.
Can you back this up in some way?
So I'm not making it up. I saw it this morning on a blog post on Tumblr.
Okay.
A blogger actually told me this on Tumblr this morning.
So that's your source.
So that's my source. Right. So in this scenario, my claim is the existence of the robot spy mosquitoes. And when you express doubt or you question my claim or you want to know more about my claim, I offered proof in the form of a source of information, which is a blog post on Tumblr.
So Tumblr's not the source. The blog post is the source.
So Tumblr is just an aggregator of a bunch of different blogs, different people posting, right? So the individual that posts would actually be the author of the source, and the post itself would actually be the source.
Okay, so probably just about everyone listening to this podcast is going to have to write a paper at some point in their academic careers. And they're going to have to make a case.
Right.
And they're going to have to back that case up with
a source.
With a source.
Or multiple sources.
So we should probably tell them where they can find sources.
So in my claim, I supported my claim with the proof of a blog post on Tumblr. But in an academic paper, sources like blog posts on Tumblr or news articles in Yahoo News, posts on Twitter, and so on, don't carry the same weight as a book or a scholarly article because posts on Twitter and Tumblr and so forth don't go through the same publication process as scholarly sources, which have strict editorial guidelines. The best place to find a source for an academic paper is the library.
Thank you so much for joining me, Sarah, and I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Greg.
Well, that's all for this episode of the Keys to the Capstone podcast series. Thank you for joining us. And don't forget, when in doubt, ask a librarian.